Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Retro Cup, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Medicham. Medicham on team number 5 from my top 5 best teams for the Retro Cup. It has been quite some time since I've used Medicham. I don't think I've used it all season, which is kind of crazy to think about. But here we are. Medicham's going to be in the back as the closer. And also on this team, Froslass, primarily as the safe swap. Froslass, one of the probably the most lethal safe swap option you can possibly run. This thing, if it gets ahead by 1 powder snow, it is next to unstoppable, and you can almost guarantee that on the safe swap. It can also prove to be a very good closer in most circumstances as well. And rounding out the team on the lead, good old Dunsparce, one of my favorite anti-meta core breaker Pokemon. This thing is amazing. So flexible on the lead. You just really have to watch out for the fighters and the pseudo fighters. Anything else, you're going to be doing quite all right with Dunsparce on the lead. Team number 5 was a lot of fun in the Retro Cup. Dunsparce so clutch on the lead for reasons like this right here. Picking up a Froslass is obviously a good lead. So what we're going to do here is throw on alignment. I almost never recommend throwing on alignment, but I wanted to play to a CMP tie because they usually expect you to throw with proper timing. But they were expecting awful timing, and they catch that on a Cresselia. So we're going to meet this Cresselia with our Froslass here. And if they let this go, we're saying bye-bye to the Cresselia. Holy smokes, Froslass, quite lethal in the Retro Cup. You love to see it. Gonna let this go. They're throwing energy almost immediately, and it is the Shadow Ball. That one-shots, of course, and we're gonna bring back in Dunsparce, which clock is not quite up. And this is actually proper timing. If you have a 3-turn fast move and you're up against an opponent with a 2-turn, you're gonna wanting to be throwing on odd numbers. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. So we threw on 3 there. Going to shield up the Avalanche here. We kind of need to get rid of this Froslass. They pivot into a Primeape. And it is Nighty-Night Sleep tight for this poor Primeape here. They did get ahead by a counter, and they are ahead by a turn. So they're quite a bit ahead, but all they can really hit us for are these neutral Night Slashes. Just hoping like heck that they don't boost. And they are starting to chip away and add up on Medicham. Gonna look to get rid of it on the CMP tie with a nice punch. We say bye-bye to the Primeape. And now all they have left is that Froslass. Gonna just look to chip and maybe pressure that final shield. I don't know if they lost track of the energy or not. And it looks like they did as they shield up a resisted Ice Punch. And it is all over. They can have all the charge moves they want. We have a shield, and we triggered that CMP event. So all we have to do, shield up this Avalanche, which would have been lights out for us. And we triggered the CMP tie. Bye-bye to the Froslass. Holy smokes. Dunsparce coming in clutch to close strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Team 5 absolutely puts in the work in the Retro Cup, but not with a lead like this. This is a massive core breaker going into our hardest counter, Froslass. We don't really have a choice. Deoxys breaks up the Dunsparce Medicham core quite well. Gonna let this go. It is the Rock Slide, and they do make a play into a Celio. The reason why we let that go is because we knew that we would live one of any move, and we really didn't want to give them an early shield advantage. And we do grab a shield with our Froslass, which is exactly what you'll want out of a good safe swap option. And we do make it to another Shadow Ball courtesy of our Overfarm, and it looks like they're going to go for a very aggressive farm down with resisted Powder Snows. That is okay. We got the shield. We drew out a Ice type, not necessarily a hard counter to Medicham. If this is double ice, I think we can do something here. Although this Celio is absolutely loaded on energy here. They're just going to rip off these body slams left, right, and center here on us. But we want to overfarm as well because I think we need to chip that Deoxys to give Medicham a better shot. And they do go for the Aurora Beam finally. And we are still here hanging in. That bulk on Dunsparce coming in super clutch. I don't anticipate they shield this. They don't. They let it go. And now because of the overfarm, we get to chip this Deoxys to put Medicham that much further ahead, as Deoxys can be quite the handful. So now it's all up to Medicham. Dunsparce hanging on by a thread, but Medicham up a shield can be next to unstoppable. Gonna go for the neutral Ice Punch here, and they do let it go. I don't imagine they're going to bait with a resisted Rock Slide, so we will shield up the potential Psycho Boost. That would have done quite a bit of damage. And it looks like they may be weak in the back. They were trying to set up a catch. They do get that catch, making a brilliant play onto Walrein. But we're looking pretty good here. We're still super healthy. Shields are now even, and yeah, we're okay. No, they did not even build up to an Earthquake, so we're going to let this go. It's just the Icicle Spear. We're keeping an eye on our switch timer as well, and we're going to look to return the favor. If somebody catches on you and you can return the favor, you got to do it, guys. We do return that favor, catching that on our low health Dunsparce, and we farm down. And now it is all over. This Deoxys is hanging on by a thread. Going to go for the Ice Punch here, and if they want to put up a fight, they will likely shield. They do. So now we're going to BM them with a resisted Psychic because, you know what, why not? We're saying bye-bye to the Deoxys. And Medicham doing its job on this team to perfection, closing the game strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Oh, I don't get to use Medicham very often, and when I do, it is always a very fun time. And here we go, another juicy Froslass lead. You love to see it with Team 5 here. And again, we throw on alignment on the Froslass leads only. I don't recommend doing this if you are a beginner and you're just learning, but I don't want them catching. I want to either pressure a shield or do massive super effective damage. That is why we throw on alignment on the Froslass leads only. Do not throw on alignment. Do not get in the habit of doing it, only for strategic purposes if you've been around for a while, because it's very easy to catch if you know what you're doing, and that is exactly what they did. You know what? We know what we're doing, so we're going to throw 3, wait a turn, and catch, return that favor, catching that resisted damage on the Medicham. You absolutely love to see it. One good catch deserves another for sure, and we are going to just look to get rid of this Regirock here. I don't want any shenanigans. With my luck, they're going to be running something that can hit us for either neutral damage, Zap Cannon, Earthquake, something like that. That would be my luck as of late. So we just get rid of it. And I'm going to let this go, of course. It is the Avalanche. That did not KO. Medicham, rank 3, coming in clutch with that bulk. Holy smokes. And they've got a Vigoroth in the back. So we're going to chip this Vigoroth and get the heck out of here into our Froslass. We've got the shield advantage. We're looking good. We are looking A-okay, and we don't even need to overfarm because we are up a shield. That Froslass is not going to make it to enough moves in time. We get to this, and we're saying bye-bye to the Vigoroth before they can even get off a move. And we are in cruise control here, my friends. They are just not going to make it to enough moves in time. They can go straight Avalanche all they want. It is not going to help them. All we need to do is get to the back-to-back Avalanche here. And if they want to put up a fight, the first one will grab the shield, and they are absolutely within resisted Avalanche range here. We've got the back-to-back going for Avalanche. Number 1 here. Let's see, do they want to put up a fight? They do! But it was, not going to happen, unfortunately. We had the second one. We're saying bye-bye to the Froslass. This time, our own Froslass coming in clutch to close strong. You love to see it. Good game, well played. If you guys are out there still searching for a good Retro Cup team and you have access to these Pokemon, I would highly recommend. It was quite good and a lot of fun because you pick up nice leads like this. We've got a Lantern here. And again, so you guys can see why I throw on alignment up against the Froslass leads, because it's so easy to time and catch if you are running a higher turn fast move than your opponent. And they do catch that on a Licky Tongue, so we're going to throw Medicham in here. Absorb this Body Slam and look to get rid of this Licky Tongue. You got to be careful up against Licky because this thing is an absolute beast. It can actually force a shield on Medicham. We know that. Going to throw the Ice Punch and look to go for the farm down. We do tank another Body Slam, no problem. Not going to get in a weird situation where we're having to give up shields to this Licky Tongue here, and we do get that farm down. And now I do believe we will make it to a Psychic if they decide to farm us down. We do get to this Psychic, and it's going to be interesting to see if they want to shield. That would be amazing if they do, but they don't. They know better than that. Lantern about as tanky as it gets, but we did get that defense drop, so that is beautiful. We do have that working in our favor here. Gonna let this go. It is the Thunderbolt. We tank that all day because we are quite bulky. And they throw with brilliant timing. This is just the Surf. We do tank this as well. And because they like the catch, gonna wait a turn and throw this Drill Run to ensure that we either grab a shield or say bye-bye to the Lantern. That was brilliant. And now we immediately go into our Froslass for the Mirror, as they do have their own Froslass here. Just gonna go straight Resisted Avalanche because we want to put the pressure on this Froslass. We want to get damage in, and we want to grab shields, one or the other, because we are very close to a move on our Dunsparce here. Gonna have to shield this up. That would have been lights out for us. They went right for the Shadow Ball. And again, we're going straight Resisted Avalanche because we want to put pressure on. Arguably could be looking to go for the extra. And in hindsight, we probably should have been, but I was really wanting to put heavy charge move pressure on our opponent here. And they do go for the Avalanche bait there. And we're going to fire off another Resisted Avalanche. You need 2 to KO an opposing Froslass. Gonna throw our Dunsparce head to force them to throw. And we lost CMP tie to this Froslass once before. So I'm thinking, I should have played for the extras just as the opponent was doing. But I thought, what the heck? Maybe we have the same attack. And by a sheer stroke of luck, we do say bye-bye to that Froslass. Holy smokes, the coin flip came up in our favor there. My goodness, what are the odds? Good game, well played to them. Sometimes a little bit of luck can really come in clutch for you in Pokemon Go battling. And here we go, decent lead. We had an Aurorus. That's the beauty of leading Dunsparce in the Retro Cup. They make a play into a Cresselia. And we had a pretty good answer to it coming in the form of Froslass. I think the only better answer would probably be a Cofagrigus, I would say. Because Cofagrigus can do super effective fast move pressure. Gonna let this go. We tank one of any move from this Cresselia, excuse me. And they elect to go just for the back-to-back Grass Knot. So gonna shield this and look to farm down here. They will not make it to another move in time. They are bulky, but not nearly as bulky as they are in the Ultra League, of course. And they do come back in with the Aurorus. And we've got some heat here waiting for the Aurorus. We go for the Shadow Ball, they shield. And it looks like they're really looking to load up, allowing us to get to another Shadow Ball here. They do tank one, so they should probably let this go. And they do. The beauty of playing up against Aurorus trainers is they really need to rely very heavily on that massive Meteor Beam, which is an excellent move. And they did finally take us out with a Resisted Weather Ball, but we had an amazing answer lurking in the back. An even better answer coming in the form of Medicham. They can go Meteor Beam all they want. That's resisted, not going to cut it. And they've got a Pidgeot in the back, so I can look to fire off this Ice Punch, and we are looking to be in cruise control here. And they realize that as well. It seems that they have force closed their app. They threw a temper tantrum, and yeah, this is over. They force closed the app. My goodness, just top left. And yeah, I'll save us all the boredom. We do win that one. Good game, well played to them. Oh, I'm sure many of you by now know the power of Dunsparce and have secured one of your own. Definitely give this team a try, and here we go for reasons like this. Another Froslass lead. Dunsparce loves to see the Froslass leads. This time we hang on to the energy. I was wise to them trying to catch on us. Not going to happen. We bank that energy, and we meet this Licky Tongue with our Medicham. So this is a fresh fight here, a fresh battle here, a fresh mid-game matchup. So going to go for the Psychic here. And they generally let it go. And we get the defense drop. So now that is beautiful because we don't have to give up a shield here. If we didn't get this defense drop, we would have had to have shielded this because they would have been able to flip switch with their Licky. That's the power of Licky Tongue. But we knew that because we got that defense drop, we would have been able to take it out without having to give up a shield. And we leave with minimal health for that Froslass to farm on us. So that worked out beautifully, about as good as it could have worked out. Gonna tank the Avalanche. We do tank that, no problem. And we're gonna fire right back with a super effective Rock Slide. They can tank one, but they choose to shield. And we're gonna throw Rock Slide number 2 here because we held on to our energy. And if they want to go down 2 shields, that would be great, but no, they don't. So we let this go, and we trust in our own Froslass to bring this home for us. Froslass up a shield is next to unstoppable, no matter what meta it is in. And yeah, this is this is very good for us. They had a Noctowl in the back. So we didn't even really need the shield advantage. We will run right through this Noctowl with relative ease here. That's why Noctowl, I don't think the ranking and on PvPoke is justified. It is not nearly as strong as, rank 5 or so. I beg to differ. Noctowl is definitely overranked in this meta for sure. But that is all beside the point. We are just going to look to get to back here and take out this Noctowl. I was going to say annoying, but it's really not nearly as annoying in the Retro Cup. We say bye-bye to the Owl, and they have their low health Froslass. Going to go for the super effective Shadow Ball, and we're going to be doing massive super effective damage to this Froslass. Holy smokes. Hey, we had to go for the super effective move. What do you want from me? Good game, well played. Team number 5 for my top 5 best Retro Cup teams was a lot of fun and quite effective. And here we go. Not with a lead like that, we go into our Froslass. Another crazy core breaker for Team 5 here. We had one with Deoxys, and Buzzwole is probably just as bad for this team here. But we do get an early shield, and they're staying in to do resisted damage. Guys, if you're ever faced with this situation, you get the heck out of there. It is not worth debuffing your opponent with resisted damage. Giving up a shield in the process, don't do that. That is ill-advised by our opponent. And they tank the Shadow Ball knowing that they can. So now, going to bring in Dunsparce, of course. Our Medicham wants nothing to do with this Cofagrigus here. And we will tank this damage all day, no problem, from this Cofagrigus. They're doing no fast move pressure, and we are actually doing a little bit of our own in terms of fast move pressure. That buff to rollout for Season 15 coming in clutch. I'm seeing how much damage they're doing, and I'm going to commit to this farm down with rollout. Holy smokes. That buff coming in clutch there. We are absolutely loaded, and these Rock Slides hit for neutral damage on this Buzzwole here. They do let that one go as they can, and we're going to threaten to KO them with another one. They know that, so they catch it onto a Lantern. So we're still relatively healthy. Dunsparce is our best answer to a Lantern, so we're going to go for this drill run here and either do big super effective damage or grab a shield. They let it go, saving the last shield for that Buzzwole. And we stay in to pressure them to throw some of that energy that they've been loading up on here. And now I think Medicham is in prime position to close this out as intended with Team 5, as Medicham is the closer on this team here. We've got a shield to spare, going to shield this, and it's a Surf. Probably shouldn't have shielded that, but that's okay. We're doing fine. We're going to do just fine here. Got a nice healthy farm off of that Lantern, and we're going to go for the neutral Ice Punch here. See if we can grab that final shield. They shield. They're putting up a fight. Holy smokes. So you know what? We've got a shield of our own here, and we will shield up their lunge. And we're just going to demonstrate that we absolutely know our typings here and go for the super effective Psychic. And we're saying bye-bye to the 1 HP Buzzwole. Holy smokes. Hey, you know what? I will never be accused of not knowing my typings. Good game, well played. So if there were any doubts, any hesitation on Team 5, guys, I'm here to let you know it puts in the work. And here we go. Lapras lead here. This is pretty good for us. Of course, we can hit this thing for super effective with our Rock Slides, and we are dealing super effective fast move pressure with our rollouts. Grabbing an early shield from them, so generally if they stay in on a Nightmare lead like this, and they give up a shield, guys, that means that they are ABA weak. They're core broken by Dunsparce, and we know that, so we're going to return the shield, preserve some health, what health we can. We don't want to give up 2 shields here. And we're going to go for this rock slide here and really put the pressure on. Makes me wonder what they have in the back. Most likely another ice type. The most common ice type in the meta, of course, being Froslass. And going to go for this rock slide here. Put the pressure on. If they want to give up 2 shields, by all means. But no, they don't. And they've got a Trevenant, holy smokes. That's not good for our Medicham. So we're going to come in with Froslass. Not great for Froslass either. But it's certainly a better answer than Medicham. So this is where we are here, grabbing a shield from the Trevenant. And right about here, should have let this go. We elect to shield to try and get off the Avalanche, but for some reason, I was thinking maybe they would try and overfarm, but no, they were counting. They know what they were doing. So that's a misplay there. Gonna throw Medicham in here and try and get rid of this Trevenant. They will not outpace us, and they know that, so they catch it on a Froslass of their own. The team read was accurate, but we're in such a tough spot now. Our Dunsparce is quite compromised on health. And yeah, tried to catch here, not happening. This opponent is playing this beautifully. So we tried our best, not going to happen. That Shadow Lapras on the lead, put in a lot of work. This team just demanded far too much from our poor Dunsparce. The entire team, in fact, would have had trouble with Dunsparce, but one Pokemon cannot do it all. I say that time and time again, and that is the team, my friends. How about team number 5 from my top 5 best teams? This team was putting in the work. Such a strong team, relatively balanced, kind of plays like an ABB style. The 2 anti-fighters in the back protect Dunsparce from the fighters, and Dunsparce just puts in work on the lead. You're only hard swapping out on the fighters, and we've got 2 excellent answers to fighters in the back. So, yeah, that's the team. The team was amazing. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.